In 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to Black Hollywood Live's Reality Check. Today we are talking Blac Chyna's white baby, and we are also going to discuss the secrets that Nick Gordon revealed about Bobby Kristina. Stay tuned.
You are tuned in to Black Hollywood Live's Geek Nerd Tech.
Well, baby, here ain't from Welcome to a brand new episode of Black Hollywood Live's Reality Check. We know that you missed us. We have been gone for about 2 weeks, but we back. And
hot sauce in my bag, swag.
Get it. We're going to be talking about formation later on in the show. I'm your host, Ashley Gray. Join with me, Corinne Williams.
Ow.
What it do, boo? What it do? Shout out to DJ Jesse Janity. He will be joining us back in studio next week. Now, we are going to get right into it. We're going to talk about this baby that Blac Chyna is going to be having. Now, let's just say that sources say that Blac Chyna, she's pregnant, but this is all, nothing has been confirmed by any of the parties. However, this is the picture that will be coming up right now. This is the picture that got us talking. Now, there was a video that I had seen on the Shade Room on Instagram, and it was a video of her holding her stomach, and her stomach looked pretty round, okay, like an oval or a circle. Spear, honey. And I was like, good God, is she holding a little Kardashian? She trying to get a little cash for the little Kardashian? Yes. So recently, she was photographed, her and Rob and Kim leaving the OBGYN. Now, it is the same doctor that actually delivered North and St. West. Side note, did we forget about St.? I forgot they had a son. I'm sorry.
I mean, we haven't seen pictorial yet, though.
None. Back on track. So this was Blac Chyna's response to all of this speculation. She uploaded a picture on Instagram, and it was captioned, "Thick mama. And you see them thighs. You see that ass. Sitting, you see that flat tummy." So pretty much, I don't know if she was kind of trying to shut down the rumors that she was pregnant, or if, I don't know, the caption reads, "Thick mama." I don't know, play on words. Let us know what you think, hashtag BHL Reality Check. But let me tell you who wasn't feeling Blac Chyna and none of her puppetry, if you will. Farrah Abrams. Child, she called her a monkey. Sips my tea. Now, Kylie actually defended Blac Chyna because all of a sudden they are now BFFs. So Kylie, sources say that she, after reading that comment, she contacted Blac Chyna because she was very concerned, and she's like, this is my future sister-in-law, and because she is my future sister-in-law, I'm not going to sit by the wayside and allow people to attack her on social media. And she reported to, I believe, the HollywoodLife.com that she contacted Blac Chyna just to see if she was cool. Blac Chyna said she is cool, and Farrah pretty much responded to it. I thought her Instagram account was hacked, but indeed it was not. Farrah responded, "I do not have time to dip and dabble into Blac Chyna's affairs. I can care less, and I think that she has drug problems."
Well, what are we talking about here? Do we want to discuss this alleged pregnancy or this insulting remark that Farrah?
It's so much to devour. It's just
Chyna.
So much in my mouth,
because you said so much. So
okay,
where do you want to start?
Let's first back up and talk about Chyna's pregnancy. Okay. Is she pregnant? Do we believe that she's pregnant?
Yes.
We're rooting for you.
Indubitably so. I do believe that she is with child. Her stomach looks very round, very hard. Looks like she's carrying high, so she's probably going to have a boy.
I mean, maybe she was eating whatever.
So yeah,
honey.
And if she is pregnant, I'm excited for this new bundle of joy.
It's by her fiance, Rob Kardashian.
However, I do think that they are getting ready to get those ratings back up on Keeping with the Kardashians.
But
because I do believe that since Rob will be on today's episode, which is Sunday, defending his love for Blac Chyna, and the sisters will, try to comfort him, I think that we will see her on the show as well.
But Chyna did say a couple of weeks ago or last week that she has no intentions of becoming a part of the Kardashian empire. She does not want to be on the show.
So
was that
but
all
look at
for...
these pictures, and now all of a sudden she's taking Instagram flicks with Kylie, and she's walking down the street again with her former BFF Kim K. So
isn't it so
whatever? It's all scripted reality. It's great. I'm here for it. I'll be watching. I'll let you guys know what I think next week.
Is it like Usher's confession scripted, or is it like,
It's scripted. They needed to find a way to combat this, and they needed to, since ratings are sinking, they needed a way.
Did she get pregnant on purpose?
Well, if you don't have if you're not taking birth control and you don't do an emergency plan B, what do you think?
Well,
so anyways, moving on. And then Farrah, just go to sleep. Like these racial comments, girl.
Do you think that it was a racial comment because she called her a monkey?
Yeah. And it's ignorant.
Yeah.
But it's, what do you expect?
From her.
In other news here, let's move this show right on along here. Where am I?
Girl, we talking about Nick Gordon.
I'm like, what?
You said
let me get my nose together. So basically, Nick Gordon, he did an interview. I'm sure that you guys have seen him on Dr. Phil.
Right.
Within this past week, he did an interview. And then he did another interview with the Daily Mail. And basically, he is coming out telling the world his tea with Bobby Kristina. May she rest in peace. He is coming out saying that the couple suffered 2 miscarriages.
Wow.
So basically what he is saying is, and I quote, this is Nick, "We had a couple of miscarriages. We would have loved to have a kid, but we weren't planning on it yet. And she was just such a young, fragile person. It took a toll on her. We wanted to get clean, settle down, get married, and then have kids."
Let me make emphasis on get clean. From what?
Wow. So glad that you asked that.
I'll be listening.
Additionally, in the interview, the reporter asked about, the drug use that Bobby Kristina was allegedly on, as well as himself.
It's no longer allegedly. Pretty much he confirmed that they wanted to get clean, so they were on drugs. What drugs was it? Is my next question.
So he says the drug use was becoming more and more, especially after, the death of her mother, late great Whitney Houston. And she started using it a lot. People started suggesting rehab, but she was resistant. And he goes on to say addicts are always resistant. She was using a lot of drugs, end quote. And if you want to get more of that story and that interview, you can feel free to check out the Daily Mail as well as last week's episode of Dr. Phil. I just think it is in poor taste for him to come out right now that she has been laid to rest. And, this whole saga, this whole situation happened, with her when she was dying, and now all of a sudden he's coming out. It just puts a really bad taste in my mouth. It looks like you're just trying to be a cash cow because no one's talking about you, Nick. Just let her, just whatever secrets y'all had, just leave it be exactly where they are, and just try to respect her in the situation if you can.
Well, you know what? I will play devil's advocate, and I appreciate Nick for, if this is like genuine and pure, and this is honesty.
Oh, child.
I want to know the tea because I'm nosy. So if you care to share, I will be listening with my cup of coffee or tea. Do share, Nick. I'm sorry.
I can't with Ashley today, y'all.
I mean, don't you want to know all the secrets? Like, what drugs was she on? Like, okay, so when you had these miscarriages, how old was she? Like, what did you like? What was that experience like?
Well, we know that she was very young. She died at what, 21, 20?
I honestly don't know.
I'm not interested in learning what all the types of drugs that she allegedly were, injecting in her body. I just feel like this whole situation, this whole story is just very, very, very sad. It's a senseless death, gone too young, and
You are right, but I still want to know.
Ashley is like, I don't care. I want all the
Make it
salacious
into
tea.
a docu-series, honey. I will be tuned in every single week. If I really want to know. I find the story very interesting. It's very like surreal and really sad the way that she passed away, especially following Whitney Houston. But the story is just really intriguing and interesting, and I want to know more. So Nick, keep on talking. Please go on Wendy, because she gonna get all the tea. She gonna be like,
he can't handle Whitney.
He can't.
In addition to
Wendy,
the docu-series, I just feel like they would not do it justice, and they wouldn't answer the questions that you really wanted to know about Bobby Kristina.
Right.
Just because I just feel like they shed a lot and they hide a lot of that information when it comes to the whole Houston family. So,
well, let's talk about families who do keep a lot of secrets to themselves, but eventually leak them to the media because they want to make $1 out of 15 cents, which I do not.
You're so dramatic.
I'm just saying, I'm not gonna fault you for that. But Kris Jenner literally gave her daughters a reality check when they came for Rob, and the fact that they feel that Kris Jenner is still coddling him at 29 years old.
He's the baby. That's her only son.
Exactly.
He's gone through some things: alcohol, depression, weight gain, extreme weight gain.
Let's watch the clip. Let's watch the clip, because literally Kris Jenner reads Kim for filth. And this is something that she should have done all along. It is about time that we have seen her stand up to her daughters in a way.
It's scripted, Ashley. Go to sleep.
But it was good, though.
Play the clip.
I tried to go to sleep, but I was still up when I opened.
This is scripted.
Yes.
This is their response. They have to manipulate and.
But it was good nonetheless. It's timely.
Things the way that they need it so that they can be viewed a certain way, which I get, because if I was an EP of my own reality TV show, I'd be about that life too.
Dang, well, I wonder how Kim felt about it, because I'm like, you literally. Well, we'll just see it all in the clip, because it was very interesting. We just waiting. We ready.
The problem is you. Yes, it is. No, all of you can off and go think of something else to talk about.
That's it.
Well, that actually wasn't it, but we're going to go ahead and run with that. So pretty much, let me go ahead and give you the rundown of what exactly happened. So, Kim and Khloe both came for Kris and was like, you know what? You need to stop supporting him. You're paying for this house, and he is a grown man, which I can see both sides of the fence. Don't get me wrong. He
has his own money too, though.
He has his own money.
He's probably just not responsible enough to do the things that he fiscally needs to do,
and
or she probably doesn't trust him.
Kim and Khloe was like, well, you need to cut the cord. Literally, that's what Khloe said. Cut the cord. Like, when is enough enough? Is he going to be 35 and you're still paying all of his bills and doing this, that, and the other? And Kris was like, bish, first of all, 72-hour wedding, marriage, that is completely normal. She pretty much said, I have been there for you girls through thick and thin, all of your idiotic schemes and marriages and sex tapes and scandals, and I did not give up on you. I am not giving up on my son, and I support him in everything that he does, and I'm going to do my best as a parent to provide and support. Do you agree with Kris, or do you agree with Kim and Khloe?
Child.
What you think? What are you thinking right now? So you just don't care about the situation either way?
Nothing. This is always, with the seasons of the show, this has always been a fight. They always attack Rob. They say he needs to grow up, he needs to do this, he needs to do that. He has that very expensive sock line. He has his father's inheritance. He has money from the show. So it's not that he doesn't have his own coin legitimately. He's just not out there in the limelight that that the rest of them are,
Right.
basically. So should she support him? Whatever she feels as support as his mother, then that's exactly what she should do.
Well, hopefully he doesn't go to jail like Caesar's going to do.
I thought you were going to show the other clip of when she was gathering them, and no, when Rob came over to the house. Did you see that one?
There was more.
Oh. Is that on there? Anyway, child, switching gears here. So, for all my Black Ink Crew fans, Caesar is going to be headed to jail if he does not, and I repeat, not pay up his child support.
How much does he owe?
Child support. Let me tell you.
Ooh.
So on Thursday, honey.
That's worse than owing the IRS.
Yeah. So on Thursday, Caesar, he appeared in the Manhattan family court, and the judge basically ripped him a new one. She gathered all his bearings. She told him about how trifling and how tacky he was for not paying his baby mother, i.e. his daughter, the coins that he is owed to pay. She said, listen here, all you need to do is pay up the $7,239.62 to get you current on your child support.
That's not a lot considering how much he makes. Doesn't he make coins though?
We don't know really what he makes.
Okay. ...
Nonetheless, the judge said, I don't want to see you in here without these receipts that you have paid this bill. Get current or you're going to go to jail for 6 months. Count them, 6 months. And for all the fans of Black Ink Crew, I'm sure y'all seen, I think it was the very first episode of this new season when he was getting ready to do a tattoo, or he started doing a tattoo, and the police officers came in and arrested him because his baby mother called in because he owed back child support.
I would have called too.
So he was in jail. His fiance, Duchess, had the money to bail him out, but she did not bail him out. Would you bail your fiance out of jail if he owed back child support?
He wouldn't be my fiance if he owed back child support,
he wouldn't
period.
be my fiance.
Like, you need to take care of your business. Like, I am sorry, I cannot be with no little boy.
Ooh.
Grown men take care of their business. Grown men take care of their child. That needs to come first. Absolutely first in your life. After Jesus.
In your life?
And if not, then we just can't be an item. That is a low down dirty chihuahua.
Oh, we can't be friends.
I can't. But did you hear Baby's new music? Let's Reality X or check that.
Play it.
Oh, I ain't got it because it wasn't even worthy of being on this screen, honey. I said I applaud you for actually, like, finally putting out new music.
I hate
but I'm like,
Ashley
what
Gray.
is this? Did me and Karen make this last week? Like,
Tried it.
It would have been better if we did it.
Like, what is, so it's not, because I haven't heard it. It's not catchy.
I mean, it's catchy if it's a certain audience, I guess, but I just don't think. Go ahead to her Instagram and you'll see a little snippet of it. That's all that you need is a snip.
Oh, what audience is this that you think that
what you think? You know who I want to put out some new music? Because I love, honey, she
love
not
Nicki.
even an Azalea Banks.
Oh.
But you know, Lil Mama came out with some new stuff and I like it. Even though I'm so sick of her, like, you know, doing covers. Like, she did a freestyle to Drake's Views. And it was really good. Like, she has some really good bars. But, honey, can we get some original, like, background noise? Anyway, so what had happened was we gonna go ahead and move on to Becky. I know that you guys watched the visual album Beyonce's Lemonade over the weekend. What was that, last weekend?
Child, was last weekend. It was everything. I've been watching it every day. I signed up for my free trial of Tidal for 30 days. I will be canceling it on the 29th day.
You are better than me because I didn't want to forget and them take my coin, so I borrowed a password from somebody else.
On my calendar and my phone.
Because I couldn't.
Girl, I have been in a trance, like watching it before I go to bed. Like, oh,
Linda, I
shit.
was at school watching it. Like, they was like, Miss Gray. I'm like, I'm busy.
Go do that ditto.
I'm busy. Yes, Beyonce.
So we're here for it.
I'm here here for it. Are you here for this? Iggy Azalea feels that the phrase Becky, or not phrase, the word Becky is racist.
It's a name.
You know what I will say?
It's a name.
You know my ex-boyfriend is white, and I was really upset one day, and I was like, I don't care, you can go back to that Becky. He was so upset. He was like, don't call her a Becky. I was like, Becky.
Petty wild.
Petty. Girl, I had my petty heels on that day.
Child, was they click-clacking?
Why do white folk find it so offensive when we call them a Becky? Like, some of my black guy friends call white girls napkins. Now, that's offensive.
I have never heard that.
Girl, paper towel, napkin, all of that. I find that very offensive.
He's laughing. He's LOL.
Our engineer is laughing, and he happens to be white, so.
He's clapping his hands, child.
Do you feel that it's offensive? And now, let me just mention that, remember that whole Daquan meme that all these white people were retweeting and finding it so hilarious, LOL, LMBO. Like, do you feel that the name Becky is, like, offensive?
I mean, no. Like, go to sleep. You know? Really, Iggy? Are you just saying this maybe because you don't have any new music right now?
Are you saying this because you are a Becky? You know, I saw... It was hilarious. I saw a meme, and it was like, she did not say Emma with the fake accent. She said Becky with the good hair. But then, girl, let me tell you,
Becky with the good hair. And I love that song, too.
Why in the world did a superhead come out and say she was Becky?
Everybody and their mama want to be Becky. Moving on, like, who cares? The song is great. The video is fantastic. Serena, anytime you have Serena Williams
with all that ass,
with all those thighs, that thickness,
it's like,
I was like, what? God damn. I was like, God damn. Child, I was like, I don't know if I should be watching
Did you
this.
see the thing about Kaya? What she responded about
We're not even gonna give her
Beyonce
airtime.
and Serena?
But yet and still, she is noted for a song that says my neck, my back. And I can't finish the rest because... Exactly.
Moving on.
Becky, I to answer your question, no, I don't think it's racist. She just said call Becky with the good hair. There are black women who, I feel like we all have good hair.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, there are black women who, according to American standards, have hair that is a little bit more fine and silkier that would be deemed as good hair. So, get out your feelings, Iggy. Go make a rap album if you don't like it.
Handle your personal life. Ain't your man cheating?
Oh.
Probably with a Shaniqua.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Moving on, Sarah Stokes versus BET. Why ain't that girl suing him no more?
Okay, so y'all remember Sarah Stokes
We
from
don't.
Making the Band? I do. I loved her.
Is she the one who ate
she
the
was
cheesecake?
Crazy. No, she went to go walk to get it. I hate Ashley. Anyway, so back in the day, Sarah Stokes became a household name.
Did she?
Well, in my house, because we would all watch Making the Band.
I watched Making the Band too, but she wasn't like someone who stuck out in my mind. But she was
because she was legitimate, like, and from my vantage point as a follower.
Yeah.
She was the only one who was an R&B singer. And she was a little bit crazy. Like, she had that tick, tick, boom going real good. Anyways, so she was on a reality show from the bottom up that airs on Centric, and you know Centric is owned by BET, which of course is owned by the bigger house, Viacom. Mm-hmm. So she didn't like how she was portrayed during the entire season.
She needs to be happy that she's being portrayed. I mean, honestly, no one's checking for... What is this girl's name? Sarah with the cheesecake. No one is. So she just needs to be happy that she's getting some airtime. And what I would do is be smart like Drea and flip that negativity into something positive and build you an empire. Moving on.
I just died. I'm not moving on. Anyways, Ashley is I can't with you. So anyways, she didn't like how she was portrayed, and so she threatened BET that she would take legal action against them.
Right.
Because it just wasn't cool. So basically, if you guys watched, fans of the show like I am, you know, I do all things reality TV.
The next
she, she, like, the first footage of her was her, like, getting released from jail for, she and her husband had, like, this domestic
Wasn't she in jail,
abuse
though? This is a reality
for
show.
stabbing him, yeah.
So why would we not show that? This is your reality, and you signed on the dotted line. So Sarah,
well, there are other things that she wanted to portray, like her music.
I'm not interested.
And just other things that she does, like as
what?
a mother. She's still trying to work things out with her husband.
Are we interested in her as a mother? No. We want to know why you just got out of jail.
Child. Well, anyway, so she went, and Nikki Gilbert, who is a former reality TV star, she was on R&B Divas Atlanta. The very
She was a snooze fest too.
No, she was great TV actually. So Nikki is actually an EP of From the Bottom Up, and so she was able to speak with Sarah, and they have mended. And Sarah has decided that she would not be suing. I think that with Sarah, a big part of the issue that she had was why was she portrayed so negatively when she really was the one who had the most notoriety of all of the cast in the show, which is true. It really is legitimately true, because that was one of the reasons why I was intrigued to watch. Because Sarah, but then I was like, oh, this girl, I remember a story about her and her, so whatever. So yeah, moving on.
So are we reality Xing or checking the fact that
I'm Xing it.
We didn't reality X or check the Becky being
let's
racist?
go back.
Obviously, I am going to reality X the fact that the name Becky is now racist, or however you want to term it. Honey, you are not oppressed, Iggy. Next, Sarah Stokes versus BET. I am going to.
Too.
You're
I'm
Xing?
I'm Xing Becky too.
Great.
Yeah.
I am going to reality check the fact that Sarah Stokes is no longer suing BET because she needs money. How are you going to pay for a lawyer to sue anyone when you don't have it? I'd rather be on the show, get my coins, and let it play out and build an empire.
I'm just going to have to go ahead and go with you and reality check that. I'm glad that you're not suing, and sources are swirling saying that she is signed on for a season 2. They're getting a season 2.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, child.
Are we watching?
I am.
Hashtag BHL reality check. Are you watching the next season of
From the Bottom Up? Started from the bottom, now we here.
Let's talk about who started from the bottom and now where are they. President Obama, did you watch that speech yesterday? He literally dropped the mic. Slow clap one time. That's my president. That's my prezi. Seriously. Like, this dude makes it so, like, when I watch him, every single time I listen to him give a speech, I get goosebumps. Like, he just makes it so normal to just be yourself. And you know how a lot of people, a lot of networks want to whitewash you, and you have to be pulled up and polished, and you can't deliver. You have to deliver like you're on the 5 o'clock news. Not Black Hollywood Live, because you know we be ratchet up to her. So, like, literally, his jokes were just so on point, and he was just being himself. Like, you know, black folk is so colorful and so spirited. And, like, I was like, oh, that's my president. Oh, my God. I'm reality checking
I hate
that
Ashley
entire
Gray.
speech.
I can't. I would love to be invited one day to experience being at the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
But listen,
but only with him, though.
He's so more obtainable now because he's not going to be president. So that just makes my chances, like, better that I can interview him, because you're no longer the president. So if I see you on the street.
But he is still a former president. So,
I bet I get him.
And he will always have Secret Service, because that's what you get. So
and congratulations to Malia, because she was
segue.
accepted to Harvard.
No,
and
she got accepted to a lot of schools.
Yeah, but she's going to Harvard.
But she will have a gap year before she actually starts. So she'll be a part of the 2021 class at Harvard.
I'm really excited for her. And, you know, I recently...
And he gave her great advice too.
What was the advice?
He basically said, you know, when you don't stress, you know, about when she was applying for schools, and then now that she has been admitted into all of these schools, he was like, you know, don't stress. loose quotes here, team.
Right.
So don't stress. He was like, just really try to not only enjoy yourself, but really figure out life for you when you're in college.
Right.
He was like, just make the best of the experience. It's not about the A's and the B's. It's just really being present in that moment. Boom.
It's so true, and it's
My
just
daddy
really,
never said that to me.
It's really unfortunate how the American system is set up because you pay all this money to go to college, and then you get a job which doesn't pay you that much, and then you're in debt for the rest of your life.
That's my struggle right now.
It's
and
like,
Sally Mae
really?
calls you every month. Where's
Sally,
the
lose
payment?
my number because I don't. Who are you? I'm gonna need Sally to quit calling me. But I'm really proud of Malia. I'm sure that she was accepted into a lot of amazing schools, and I'm happy for her. And what I was saying before, I love when I saw Sasha at Air Force One, just
so
like
cute.
kikiing with her black girlfriends. Yes, I said it, black girlfriends. Get offended. And it was just so cute that it was just such a norm. Girl, I ain't got time for these internet bullies.
I cannot with Ashley.
So I'm going to
Gray.
reality check President Obama and his speech yesterday. It was amazing at the White House Horse.
There's just so much going on right now.
It's so much. But Viola Davis inks a deal with
not doing that
ABC.
one.
We're not doing that one.
Okay.
So let's talk about this flat tummy tea that all of these celebrities are now endorsing. Let me first just say
I want a sample. Can I have a sample of it?
I don't know if it works. And this
I'm
is
down
why.
to try.
I'm down to try it, but it's like we
Send
don't
me
see a
some.
before and after. They already have these flat tummies. I need to get like Boo Boo kid. What's her name?
Honey Boo Boo?
Honey Boo Boo's mom to try it, and then I want to see like a before and after. Like you got Portia from Roja and Kim from Roja trying these out, but you already had flat tummies.
Yeah.
And you want me to buy this, but I mean, let's even get Nene to do it because I'm pretty sure.
Who have purchased, who are not stars, I have seen some before and afters.
Really?
They say that it has taken away the bloating. If you go to their Instagram,
But
flat
bloating
tummy
is
tea-
pretty much like water.
but they said that really is where a lot of the weight is. So they said that it's gone in 7 days.
I don't know. You guys, let us know. Hashtag BHL reality check. Does this flat tummy tea actually work?
I mean, I'm also old school because you can simply do some push-ups and a
That's
crunch. Do a little bit of cardio,
Or
but
even like do some mint infused water because mint is known to reduce bloat. And I'm like, what is actually in this flat tummy tea?
teaspoon a day of apple cider
Will keep
vinegar.
the fat away.
Hello, just
Boom.
one
Instead of
till.
doing that shot of vodka, just do a shot of that apple cider vinegar. Now, mind you have to dilute it because Linda, it took me out.
child.
One day I took it straight and I fell onto the wall.
What is wrong with
I
you?
fell back. I was like, Jesus Lord. Ooh. It hit me, girl. I did the Heinzman, honey. I was like, ooh, Jesus, alert. It hit me in the wrong way, honey. I had to run for my life to that bathroom. So y'all make sure y'all dilute it. Cause take that advice,
I
honey.
can't, these BHL remedies. Anyways, moving on. I want to talk to you about, it's not on the list, but Angela Simmons.
What about her? She got
Child,
engaged.
She got engaged.
Did you see that ring?
But did you know that the man that she is engaged to is, doing quotes here, a convicted felon?
Rev Brand is not going for that. Really?
So allegedly, he is a convicted felon, and his name is Sutton Tennyson. Now, I'm saying allegedly because I don't know. You can go to bossup.com because this is where I got the story from. So anyways, as we all know, she's engaged. So her fiance, he is 35. He lives in Atlanta, Georgia. He's a rapper.
Oh,
Down in the DM it go, hey. So he's a rapper.
we're not here for that.
So he did time in prison for carrying a concealed weapon or a gun in 2000.
It was a gun?
Then later on, he landed himself back in prison a few years later because of charges for credit card forgery, identity theft, as well as drug possession and police obstruction. But I do wish them well. I do believe that people can be reformed. And he
must have got saved.
They look like they're madly in love. Can I come to the wedding?
Okay, so how I don't know about this.
So
Only because
why?
like all this list that you just gave me, like I felt like I was going grocery shopping, honey. It's just so much stuff on here in my cart. And I'm gonna have to take some stuff off because I ain't got all the money for it. So what's on sale?
Well, I'm saying it's alleged.
I can tolerate the fact that you carried a concealed weapon
A
because
gun.
a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
And you know,
It's licensed.
if it was like as long as it's illegally, I
If.
can. But everything else in my cart, I gotta put back. I can only afford that one.
Remove this item.
So I'm at the cash register and I just had to put all that stuff back.
Remove this item.
So
in the upper right-hand corner. Click
I
remove.
don't know. And then that ring looks like he's an Atlanta rapper.
But maybe he has like a really great job, or maybe he has investments, savings, and inheritance.
Dope man, Gucci
don't
steak fish like that. Does he push drugs? I mean, keep it real with us, Angela.
I don't know, but I do. I believe that people can change. He is 35
At
now.
35, change.
Well, he didn't go to jail yesterday. These are just some things that happened in his past.
Okay.
So maybe he's changed. She does look very happy. They have found love, and Godspeed. God bless.
I'm going to reality check it only because I just love love,
We
even
found
if
love
it ends
in a
up in
hopeless
disaster.
place.
Well, speaking of Rihanna and Kris, that was a disaster. So hopefully this doesn't turn out like that. Moving on to the Whitney Houston doc.
I hate Ashley, you guys. I know I keep saying that because you're not looking at her in the studio like I am, like this half. Anyways, so Whitney Houston, the Whitney Houston estate has allowed the permission for a documentary to begin to be created for the late great Whitney Houston. So basically, they
Didn't we have one?
No, we had a Lifetime movie that was produced by Angela Bassett. I thought it was great, but the
I thought
family
it was
the
good.
family hated it. They were against it. They
Really?
said it's not telling the true story of who Whitney Houston really is.
Did they mention anyone that they would prefer to play Whitney Houston?
No, I don't think it's going to be actors just because it is a documentary. So I think
Okay.
what they're going to do is infuse like old interviews and then have people in her
Gotcha.
life, i.e. her family.
I was thinking like
talk
Cops,
about.
where they might have, you know, a little scene and I play her.
I hate Ashley. Nonetheless, they have tapped a director by the name of Keven McDonald, and he is
I've
an
heard of him.
Oscar-winning director.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, basically what they're going to do with this film is just show us things and just really tell us the story about Whitney Houston.
Yes, honey.
Who she is, who she was prior to the rise of fame, who she was when she was, you know, in the limelight in a positive way. They're going to take us through the roots, childhood, singing in the choir, singing in the
Hallelujah.
background.
Hallelujah,
Yes.
hallelujah.
And then they're going to talk about how she was this amazing pop music sensation
Yeah.
with a voice bar none that no one can touch.
Nobody, not even Mariah.
Okay.
But you know who I want to see? I want to see more of that Whitney Houston ratchet side that cussed out Wendy Williams.
I don't.
When I do. Because I never knew that side of Whitney, and I feel like that side of Whitney is so relatable. She wasn't like your modern day ratchet, but she was someone who will check you in a heartbeat. And I never knew that side of Whitney. I always thought she was just so pulled up and so poised until I watched that reality show.
That
Okay.
reality show was so good.
Yes, but I want to see more of that, Whitney. I think that she is such an amazing individual, and she left us with so much, and she will live on as a legend that she is. I want to see more of her personality.
Yeah, I think that based off my notes here, basically they're just going to pull in, like I said, a lot of things that we have not seen, maybe like family footage and then old interviews that have never been aired and or publicized. So we'll be able to see her as an artist, her as a
I love
woman,
that. I'm
her
excited.
as a mother, her
Yeah.
as a daughter and a sister. So I'm really excited. Anything Whitney, I'm pro. So I'm here
Could you
for it.
imagine all of them kicking it in heaven? Michael, Prince, and Whitney singing in the choir. Yes, singing for Jesus.
I can't. Anyways.
Let's move on
I'm
to
done.
transgender bathrooms. There has been such a huge outrage and outpour of people just really being against the fact that Target has decided to potentially put in transgender bathrooms in their store. So there will be a bathroom for women, men, and then those who identify as transgender. Now, at first, I didn't know where I necessarily stood on this cause. Was I for it? Was I against it? Where was I in that gray area? I don't know. But digging a little deeper, I kind of feel a little bit grounded in my decision. How do you feel about it? Reality X or reality check? The fact that this may happen.
Well, of course, this is going to be a conversation that will be taking place for many years and years and years and years. I can't say if I'm reality Xing or checking, but how I feel about it is I think there needs to be a lot more thought wrapped around this, just because, you know, you do have people who are not, you know, trans and identifying as such, but, you know, they might try to say that they are and harm people who they should not be in proximity of.
See,
so that's the only thing.
My rebuttal to that is, I would not, if I had a child or if me myself, I would not go and use a transgender bathroom. So why would I not feel safe in a restroom that I went in because I identify as a woman? You know what I mean? And that's a lot of people's, that's their argument.
I know, but I'm saying I don't feel that everyone in the world will thinks like that, you know, and I think that this is room for people to take advantage, much like, you know, when people use a girl bathroom and they take advantage, or a men's restroom and they take advantage. So that's just, I mean, it's going to be an ongoing dialogue. You know, we have to have parameters wrapped around this just because we want everybody to be safe. So that's just my only thing.
I think that I give great applause to Target for taking that initial step. It was very brave of the company to do so. And, you know, I think that with change comes fear, and it's something that I think should be done, and you never know if it works or if it will be successful unless you try it. So we'll see. I don't know. I definitely want everyone to feel included. But on the other token, it's like, if you identify as a woman, why don't you just use the women's restroom?
That's what I'm saying. Just use
and
the
if you
girls'
identify
bathroom.
as a man, why don't you just use the
men's.
men's restroom? Like, why does there have to be that separate transgender bathroom?
Well, I
and then what will they
just
call
taking
it?
a stand. You know, I think
Absolutely.
that's just really what it is. So, hey, just make sure everyone's safe when they're using Target restrooms.
Yeah. Well, let us know what you think. Hashtag BHL Reality Check. I'm your host, Ashley Gray. Thank you for joining us. Corinne, where can everyone find you?
I just staying away.
Join us back here, same time next Sunday at 4 o'clock for more BHL Reality Check. We will see you next week.
Peace.
From executives Keven Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio, Instagram me @KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in.
Hollywood redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.